everybody, and welcome to Homestead Tessie. Today's another series, Gifts in a Jar or Make a Mix, and this is something for your pantry shelf. Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to another 5-minute Christmas idea. This one actually started out as what I thought was a blooper, and it turned into an amazing idea and amazing food. So I was making chili and I didn't have any chili seasoning mix. I know you can make your own, right? And I thought I even did years ago, but I couldn't find any. And the first thought was, I'm having my family for a meal, I need chili mix. Get on the Amazon and look and see. Well, they wanted $17, $18, $20 for bulk chili mix. I came up with my own. Well, actually, I didn't come up with my, well, you'll see here in a minute. So I thought, well, I am not spending money to make chili mix. And I found on the internet, and I'm going to share with you in the description box, the link and the recipe. I found chili mix. But I added some of my own things to it, and it was the best chili that I ever made. And that is being honest. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to mix this up for myself. Now, I'm going to show you the recipe that I'm following, but I'm adding my own to it. And I say this all the time. I'm not a person that follows recipes strictly, but there are people that want to follow the recipe. This is just kind of a guide for me on, and then I added some other stuff. And I'm going to show you what I add. I'm going to try to explain this to you really quickly. And the reason why I'm saying this for Christmas is because my Christmas gifts are homemade, but they all have to do with gifts from the kitchen. So majority of the things you are going to see on my videos are gifts from the kitchen because, well, I'm a foodie, and two, my family is a foodie. They love food gifts, and it's just frugal for me. I don't sew. I'm not really crafty when it comes to painting things or making things with wood, but I love making gifts from the kitchen. You're just going to see a lot of them coming up here. So on this sheet, it says a half a cup of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, a teaspoon of parsley flakes, a tablespoon of garlic, a tablespoon of onion, a tablespoon of light brown sugar, a tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of minced onion. Well, that is what they are saying. I just kind of changed it up. We don't have cumin in ours. I'm just using what I have. The whole idea of this is to dig in your cupboards and find things that you have. So if I would have to go out and buy the cumin, if I would have to go out and buy the cayenne pepper, then it's not saving me any money. Then I could just go out and buy my own mix. So I'm using what I have, and I'm going to tell you what made it amazing. It calls for brown sugar, but I used this. Now, here's the funny thing. In the years past, I didn't label stuff. I was horrible for labeling, and I didn't label this. Well, I thought it's minced onion. It is minced onion, but it is powdered honey with it. And I put this in it, and it made the most amazing, amazing chili. It smells absolutely amazing, but there's honey in it, dried honey. So I'm going to mix this up for gifts. I have one of these jars, as you know, I got at the thrift store, and I'm mixing this up, add a Christmas label to it, and all of a sudden you have just a generic mix, and it turns into a Christmas gift. And then I'm going to pair it with some dried beans, because dried beans are your friend. Let me tell you, I know it takes a little bit because you got to think about it the night before. You're going to soak your beans overnight with a teaspoon of baking soda. And I say this so strongly because if you soak your beans overnight with a teaspoon of baking soda, your beans will get soft. It is amazing, even old beans. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up for me and for my family, and we'll talk about it as I mix it up because it's just so easy. Another thing that made this amazing was this. This was smoked paprika. or smoked chili powder. This one was smoked chili powder. This was the paprika. The smoked chili powder is absolutely amazing. Now, it's not very cheap, and I bought it 2 years ago. So that's one thing nice about having your own pantry with all kinds of foods, because I don't have to buy any of this now. The parsley is from my garden, which I just harvested. So that is done. Onion flakes are mine that I dehydrated. I'm using some of this salt, which is Redmond salt. It's just so good. It's hard to explain. It just absolutely was amazing. So much better than any mix that I ever mixed. And the thing is, you don't have to mix it exactly how it says. It goes by taste. Well, people were asking her, and they're like, well, you're not saying how much does this take? And then she said, well, you can use a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons per like 3 cups of chili. For me, it's just about taste. So if you want to add a 4th cup of this to your chili, depends on how much chili you make. It's all by taste. You don't have to have everything measured out exactly. So here we go. Let's mix this up. So I am going to follow her recipe as far as the ingredients, but I'm not following her recipe as far as the amounts. So what I'm going to do is use up what I have of this, because it's about 1.5 cups. So I'm actually going to be doubling this. Make sure I don't have any more of them in. And this was smoked chili powder. Oh my word, it just smells absolutely amazing. And that's what gives it that amazing taste. If you're wondering where I got it, it's on eBay. All of my bulk spices are so much cheaper on eBay. And then I'm going to add the parsley. And I'm going to add some of this to it. And then the salt, I'm going to be really careful with. I really don't need that much salt. So I don't want to make it too salty, because I can always add salt later. So I'm adding that much salt to it. But isn't it so pretty? Oh, it's such amazing. And a little bit of this goes a long way. So you don't need to make a lot of this if you're making it for yourself. Now I did add quite a bit of onions here, because we do like onions, and I usually don't add onions in my chili. So I'll add it this way. And then I'm just going to add a little more garlic powder, even though there was some in with that honey. And you can make so many seasonings. You could make French fry seasoning. You could make barbecue seasonings, barbecue rubs. It is so good. And that's all we need to do. And I found these labels. I'm just going to use what I have. And I'm going to date it. And now I have a quick gift. And it is so much fun making gifts like this. And there you go, everyone. Is another Gifts from the Kitchen Christmas gift. And now I'll put a label on it. And there you got a simple meal, a simple gift that I don't know about you, but I would love a gift like this. And now it's time for today's blooper. In the course of making my videos, I have hundreds of bloopers, and this one was quite rather funny. Hubby and my husband and my daughter-in-law, Kenny, and I filmed a lot of Christmas videos this year, a lot of gifts in a jar, a lot of homemade gifts. If you're interested in them, because sometimes I was posting 2 a day, I'm going to list them all here so you can see them. It has been a remarkable Christmas so far, and I'm absolutely having so much fun.